Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Bridge Builders of Diversity, where we're bridging the gap between the typical community and the disability community, and how important that is that we all live in a universe where we all understand each other. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sherry. I'm the mother of a child with Down syndrome. My co-speaker, Roberta, she'll be back soon. She's had a lot going on in our life. She's a special educator, and together we are Bridge Builders of Diversity, bridging that gap. So today I want to talk a little bit about, being a parent of a special needs child. I'm starting to really think, as I'm getting a little older, about his care after I'm gone. You really have to prepare for that. Do you want the siblings to do that? Is there somebody in the family? Is there a worker that's worked with them? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want to give them to the state? So these are all things you got to start thinking about. Special needs trust, care plans, second to die policies, and most importantly, who is going to take care of your special needs child once you're gone, especially if you have a child who may not be able to fully take care of themselves and needs assistance. So I have a son with Down syndrome. He's only 17. They're teen years typically into their 20s. So I'm still not certain where he's going to land and where he'll be capable of taking care of himself or not in the future. So these are things I have to think about. It's important to decide who takes care of your child, and you really have to scrutinize that very carefully, because you want somebody who's going to give your child the freedom that they're used to in living with you, and all the things you provided for them and all the freedoms you've given them. Because I've seen circumstances where that has not happened after, like, a sibling who was a guardian and the sibling was in the care of somebody else, and they weren't always allowed to do things. They're not always allowed to make their own decisions. And even after the pandemic, they've kind of regressed because they weren't getting that human interaction and the skills. And it's probably even more important for people with disabilities to have constant practice in those skills, socializing, going out, buying things. That's important to their well-being and their growth and being able to fit in. So it's very important to start thinking about that. So if you haven't started thinking about those plans or making those plans, seek out a disability lawyer in your area who does trust, special needs trust. There's ABLE accounts, there's your SSI, there's we have Buddha here in Rhode Island. I don't know if that's in every state. So we have many different things, and, also specific to your own state, because they may vary in the things that you have access to. So you got to start checking into all those things. But the most important one is who's going to take care of your child after you're gone. And you really have to think all those things through. Look at their personalities, look at how they interact with your child. What are their beliefs? Do they align with yours and what your child's used to? Because those things are critically important, and you got to be thinking about those things. Because I've seen circumstances. There was a story I was told of a brother. Father had passed away, mother passed away. One of the siblings adored his special needs brother, took him on, took care of him. Well, that man suddenly passed away. Young, fairly young, maybe in his 50s or so, but passed away suddenly. So the other brother, who had always tried to get the father to put the brother in an institution, was now left to take care of the sibling. And as the story goes, don't know no names, and this all alleged because I don't know any of the players in it, dropped the brother off at the hospital and left. So you really have to think carefully, and maybe even having a secondary contingency plan if something happens to that first person, that there's another person with the same values and beliefs and can hold those family traditions as close as possible for your child and give them the freedoms that they deserve and want, and can have a flourishing life. So think about those things, just food for thought today, things I've been thinking about lately. So if you don't have your plans in place, start thinking about them and start making action plans towards them, and seek professional guidance in your area of either special needs trust. We also have another thing here in Rhode Island where you don't have to go into guardianship, but it's hard to explain, but like my son could have somebody like with healthcare that he can consult with who can be part of his doctor's appointments. You can just do, you know, power of attorney for finances and healthcare and have backups to those. So whatever fits your family and your needs and your child's needs, start writing it down, make a plan, and start doing action steps towards those things so your child can be provided for after you're gone. All right. We appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Help us get out into the YouTube universe. Get our message out there. Love you guys. See you soon.